Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, a good matchup in the NFC. It's the Carolina Panthers and
your 2025 Chicago Bears.
Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen set to get started. Matthew Wright gets it underway. And off we go from Soldier Field. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. So here come the Bears and their quarterback, #1 pick of the 2024 draft. It's Caleb Williams.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
Now inside the 15. A huge play right off the bat. It covers 51 yards.
The Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
This guy has just such a knack for getting open, Mike, and whenever they're looking for that big play, he's usually one of the guys at the top of the progression, and it's pretty easy to see why.
They'll run it for the first time with DeAndre Swift. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And he'll wind up with a short pickup as he slides to a stop. And that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
This opening drive has been a good one, but will it continue? Here's a test on 3rd down. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There is nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Really smart play, especially considering how early it is in the game. If something's not there, don't force it. Just throw it away and play the next snap.
On 4th down, it's Cairo Santos on for the Bears field goal.
26 yards.
This about as short as you can get. Santos' kick is good. And the Bears are out to an early 3-0 lead.
You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
Cairo Santos
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. This is Jimmy Horn Jr. on the return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So the Panthers led out by their quarterback, Bryce Young. Shaky rookie year, but the back end of his 2nd year, Greg, very effective for the man who was the #1 overall pick out of Alabama in 2023.
When he was taken as the 1st overall pick in the draft a couple years ago, Mike, certainly was not because of his physical stature. It was because of his mind. It was because of his processing ability. It was because of all the intangibles that they believed they saw in his days coming out of Alabama. Now, he's gotten some experience under his belt from a rookie year that had its ups and downs. He has all the talent in the world. Now he's got to go out and just capture it and make it happen.
He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Going up top. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Teteroa McMillan was the intended receiver. It's second down.
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike, and that route right there, we used to call it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
So the key to these off-tackle style run plays, Mike, is you can't allow penetration. You cannot allow the defenders to get in your backfield, because when they do, the play really has no chance and you end up going backwards.
Third and long. Young. Gonna set up the screen here to Hubbard. And he'll be stopped short of the first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
It's a pretty good effort there on third and long. Initially, I really thought that screen was timed up pretty well, and he had a chance to pick up the first down, but give credit to the defense. It was the pursuit and running to the ball, and they're able to stop him just short.
He didn't get the check he was hoping for on that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The Bears offense ready to get going with their second possession. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a first down. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
Williams to throw on second down. Open man, that's Rome Odunze. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
Well, they couldn't start the game with 2 straight scoring drives. Much better job by the defense after some struggles on the opening drive. Coming out, forcing a stop, and now let's see if their offense can go out and even this up.
On 4th down, the Bears send out their second-year man, Torrey Taylor, to punt. Back deep for Carolina, that's Jimmy Horn, Jr. Brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Panthers offense ready for their second possession. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, it's Young. That's taken it. It's Xavier Leggett. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 17 yards that time to number 17.
And the Panther first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after the catch that did the rest. And That's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
Young hands it to Hubbard. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Big Grady Jarrett shuts it down.
At the 36-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, Young. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
It's now 4th
The initial
down.
reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. To throw is Young. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he's going to have a Panthers first down as they wind up getting 13 on 4th down.
13 yards.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
On play action, Young. That one, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
21-yard line.
So the receiver does everything right except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
Shotgun snap, the run, here's Hubbard. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
He was taken
Pickup of 11 yards on that one. It's a Carolina first down.
First down, Panthers.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
The pass intended for Xavier Legette. And it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll run it. It's out of the gun, and it's Hubbard. Stop at the 6. And that sets up 3rd and goal.
It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Here's Young to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Xavier Legette, touchdown Carolina.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Now Matthew Wright to add the extra point. He's got it. Panthers move out to a 7-3 lead.
Panthers 7, Bears 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Duvernay on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
That's good for a Bears first down.
Well, Mike, you know the old saying, the more tight ends on the field, the better. And in this case, it worked out perfectly. A lot of big bodies on the field, hat for a hat. Nice job there by the back, picking up a good gain.
On first down, they give it right back to Swift. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Bobby Brown, the one who brought him down.
Right at midfield. Brings up second down.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Williams. Here's a screen taken in by Swift. And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
On 3rd and 2, it's Williams. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL. Love the idea of going for it on 4th down. Anytime you're on your opponent's side of the field, Mike, you have to take advantage of that field position. You're too long for a field goal, but you're too close to the end zone to punt it. So going for it on 4th down is definitely the right move. Now you've got to take advantage of it. Don't let it go to waste.
Toss right side to the tight end, Komet. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds after a gain of only a couple.
Bounds at the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Williams to the air once more. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
Intended for DeAndre
And you can see the
Swift.
quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
First down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down. Throw it again. It's Williams. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
And the best offense on 3rd downs, Mike, is to be really good on 1st and 2nd down. This keeps teams from putting themselves in these unfavorable positions. It's part of the reason why these drives continue to stall out.
On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bears are back within 1. It's 7-6.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. Horn now to return it. Uh-oh. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Panthers offense ready to get back at it. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Now Young. That into the hands of Hubbard. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
1 quarter in the books. The Panthers off to the early advantage. We're back to Soldier Field after this. Panthers football to begin this 2nd quarter. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. As we are ready to get back underway. And this will be a Panthers 1st down. He's got this up to the 35.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
And Young will have a 1st down, able to slide to avoid the contact at the end of the play.
1st down, Carolina.
So, Mike, at the core of a successful zone read play is that the quarterback understands which defender is he responsible for. That is the defender they're trying to put in a bind. In this case, he chooses the runner, the quarterback pulls the ball, and he's able to take off for a big gain.
Ooh. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another 1st down.
1st down, Panthers.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
On 1st down, it's right back to Hubbard. And this time, they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
Loss of 2.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
On 2nd down, Young. Back to the right, caught by Sanders. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They need to get to the 22, but now face 3rd down. Here's Young. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he's trying to get to the marker, but he's not going to get there. About a yard short. Now, what do you do on 4th and 1?
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
Panthers 10, Bears 6.
after making the field goal, here's right now to send this one away. Duvernay on the return. Now an opening as the 30. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Bears offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. They'll run out of the gun. It is Swift. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Another run here. Another run by Swift. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
This is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
On third down, it's Williams. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Oh, not the best of snaps, and this one is blocked. Inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Big play from the special teams there, Greg. Not only did they come up with the block, but they return it for the touchdown, get a little bit of momentum with this big play.
Yeah, and there's always a little bit of a risk and reward that a coach has to balance anytime he calls for a punt rush. And we saw there exactly why you do it. You're able to get your hand, block the ball, and in this case, you get the extra bonus because it leads to a touchdown.
Now right to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Panthers are able to extend the lead. It's now 17-6.
Bears 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Scott now on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Bears offense getting set to get back to work. Throwing on first down, it's Williams. A throw downfield caught by Burton. And he's going to take this one all the way. 71 yards. Touchdown, Chicago. Well, that was a pretty easy touchdown. He was wide open, Greg. Easy chance to close the deal, and they do with a touchdown.
And Mike, it just appears to me that's just a breakdown defensively. You can't allow a receiver to not only be so open it's an easy pitch and catch, but then to have the space to operate after the catch to finish that one off in the end zone.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. He gets it to go, and the Bears will cut the deficit down to 4.
17. Bears 13. Cairo Santos.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, here's Trevor Etienne. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Panthers' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Get this drive started on the ground. It's Hubbard. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 17 on that one. A very quick 1st down.
And the Panther 1st down.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
On first is Young. To the right side, he finds McMillan.
Complete to Taylor McMillan. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Young. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. That's to the left side, hauled in by Leggett. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
1st down, Carolina.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Jatavian Sanders was the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down. To the air, it's Young. A throw left side, taken in by Thielen. And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's 3rd down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. Now after that last play, we have an injured Bear on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. So it is fourth down, and here comes Matthew Wright for the Panther field goal. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Making the field goal. Here's Wright now to send this one away. Scott now on the return. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Bears offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Play fake. Now Williams. A throw left side, but it's incomplete. DeAndre Swift, the intended target. And it'll bring up second down.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
87, that's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Third down, they need 5. On third down, it's Williams from the gun. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up fourth down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
The Panthers offense and their back Chuba Hubbard set to come back on the field. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. They'll run it here with Hubbard. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 34, here's 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Hubbard. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
From the gun, it's Young. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 26, and it'll set up 1st and goal.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the first down, sets up 1st and goal.
Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. They'll run with Hubbard. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal.
Really nice job here defensively, not only to get the penetration and to clog those run lanes, but they're able to take him down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Try it again here from the 7-yard line, 2nd down and goal. The motion man here is Mitchell. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game.
Still 2nd down.
The task a bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal. Here's Young. That is caught to the goal line and in. Jatavion Sanders. Touchdown, Carolina. On is right for the point after. The kick is good. Panthers add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Scott now on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Now Williams. That's to the Michigan man, Colston Loveland.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
2nd and 7. Play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. Down the field, it's DJ Moore. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. 25 yards, the pickup there. 1st down, Chicago.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
To throw is Williams. Here's a screen taken in by Swift. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That screen goes for 12. And that's a 1st down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter. So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-happy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10. Good for a Bears first down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Give up the middle with Swift. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They face second down and 7. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
And it was really the pressure that threw that play off, Mike. I mean, he tries to counter the blitz by going to the quick game, which is fine, but it just seemed like they weren't necessarily on the same page and results in a drop.
In motion, it's Odunze. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And he will get into the end zone. Roll, Odunze. Touchdown, Bears.
And that was just a great drive. Really from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix and run, mix and pass. Results in the touchdown pass. But really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. And you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears will cut the deficit to 7.
Bears 20.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Horn now to return it. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense going to take over just before the half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. And it's complete. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. He'll keep it on the ground here again. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So, halftime straight ahead. And we go down to Scott Hansen, who has our EA Sports halftime report. Scott, thanks. No rest at the break for a couple of, I'm sure, weary defensive coordinators trying to figure out how to stop these offenses here in the second half.
Cairo Santos.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. Drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. And this is a slight improvement over the previous play. He's not going to lose yardage. He's not gaining any either. It's third down.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Room to run, past the 30. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's not going to get there. Out of bounds, a couple of yards short. It is fourth down.
This is one of those cases where the offense is counting on the defensive line being over-aggressive in their pass rush, thinking that they can get the ball out of the quarterback's hand and into the back and pick up the first down on the yards after the catch. But the defense was obviously ready for it. A lot of guys running to the ball and just nowhere to go.
Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point.
Game's not over. Why you giving up?
They will run it over center with Swift. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Here's a second and 12. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Oh, looking end zone, but it is out of the reach of the receiver and incomplete.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And this one complete on the sideline. Good footwork to stay in bounds, but he is just shy of the first down. And that brings up fourth down.
First and 10.
12 yards there and a first down.
It's just so impressive to see how good these guys are, especially the veterans, Mike. They've been out there a long time, a lot of experience. They know exactly where they are on the sideline, not only to secure this catch, but to be able to toe tap and drag that second foot. That's a big-time play by a big-time receiver. We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
Third and short yardage, and here's Williams. He's got his big tight end. Cole Kmet, touchdown. Touchdown, Chicago. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Santos for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Bears will even the score here in the third. Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. Both these offenses have been in form. Is the defense going to show up? Can anybody come up with a stop? All tied here in this third quarter, and it's 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end. Young to throw on 1st and 10. He'll find his tight end, Tommy Tremble. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on top.
Still 2nd down.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 5. Here's a toss left side. It's Hubbard. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
That was just a race to the edge, and in this case, Mike, he just wasn't the winner. I mean, at this point, when the defense is out there waiting for you, it's tough for any runner in this league to even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Out of the shotgun, Young. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
On now is the punt team for the Panthers. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more.
At their own 32-yard line.
First down, it's Swift.
Number 4, DeAndre Swift, the ball carrier. Out of bounds at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Swift. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Call it a gain of 13. First down, Chicago.
For the Chicago Bears.
Well, this is something we don't see every day, Mike. A team playing with a traditional I formation fullback. It's kind of a lost art in today's modern game, but in this case, highly effective. Great job by the fullback clearing out the path for his running back, and they're able to pick up the first down.
And he'll be run out of bounds. That's a good gain on first down. They pick up 7 yards.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 2. Here's Swift. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Shotgun draw, trying to catch him off guard here, Mike, but the defense was having none of it. Thought it took a little too long to develop. Gave that defense enough time to get back there. Stop him for no gain.
Here's 3rd and 2. He'll try to run for it. It's Swift. They'll bring him down right at the 35, but that is good enough. They pick up the first down.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Bears first down.
Really nice play call there that time. I think early on, the quarterback realized pretty quickly, Mike, this is a light box. We got to take advantage of it. They get the right run call dialed up, and they're able to move the chains.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's a give to Swift. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. J.C. Horn coming in from his cornerback spot to make the tackle.
Brings up 2nd down at the Panthers' 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 7. Here's Williams now to throw. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
7.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
That's hot. Left side. It's complete. Remember, he had the touchdown catch from last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Good for another Chicago Bears.
So far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
Now Swift. Not much happening there. Just a short gain.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Off play action. Here's Williams. And he'll take it on in. Whoa, Odunze. Touchdown, Bears. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
On is Santos for the PAT. He's got it, and the Bears will go up by 7.
Makes the score Bears 34, Panthers 27.
Scott, thanks. No rest at the break for a couple of, I'm sure, weary defensive coordinators trying to figure out how to stop these offenses here in the second half. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Horn now to return it. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Panthers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. To throw, Young. That one complete to Leggett. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Throwing on second down, Young. Throw on the run is complete. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. And even 30 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
First down throw there is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Second and 10. Back to the air, it's Young. They set up the screen here to Hubbard. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Give him 13 on that screen play. And a first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Young hands it to Hubbard. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
A second down throw for Young. Now he takes off. They've got it. It'll be first and goal after a pickup of 21.
And goal at the 4-yard line.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of the defense, and we saw it again here.
So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Sure, they're thinking about the decision after the touchdown since they're down 7. But first, they've got to get the TD. It is first down and goal. Here's the pistol snap to Young. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1 yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal.
And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
Pretty big swing here in the mindset of the defense. Before the play, you're thinking, man, we're on the 1 yard line. Pretty likely that it ends with a touchdown. But instead, you send them back 5 yards, and your chances of holding them to 3 just go up.
2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. And he'll be forced to throw that one away. Excellent work defensively. It took away all the options, and now it is 4th and goal.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
He'll try and get there on the ground, and that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
And this is a tricky call for this coach. A field goal doesn't do you a lot of good, but a touchdown does. So I don't hate the call, but great job by this defense coming up with a stand and getting the ball back.
The Bears offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll need to get something positive going right away here. Ball starts inside their own 1 yard line. Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing again from his own end zone. That's into the hands of Zacchaeus. And he'll be brought down, but they're going to move this one out to the 25. A pickup there of 25 yards. Good for a Bears 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Throwing again, Williams. That's out left and complete to Burton. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. A big one here in the 4th quarter. 37 yards.
When done properly, crossing routes are a great way to get your receivers the ball in space with room to run after the catch, and that's exactly what they're able to do here, executed to perfection, and they pick up a ton of yards after the catch.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage, and in this case, they can play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground.
The tight end, Komet, is on the move. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Game, offense. Still 2nd down.
Moore going in motion. On second down, it's Williams. Quick slant, caught by Burton. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. That's his second catch on the drive. This one is good for 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to find your voice as a young player, but you can change that pretty quickly if he continues to make plays like we've seen here in this one.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll take this forward for about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On the give, here's Swift. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
You know what? And stopped what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
On 3rd down, here's Swift. The elusiveness on display there. Nifty footwork setting up 1st and goal.
That's another Bears first down.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. 4th lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game?
Not much there. Maybe a yard.
Brought down just shy of the goal line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. Swift trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he's going to come up short.
What push they get, the offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
They'll use 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and goal. A play fake. Now Williams. And he just gets rid of this one. To the sideline. It is incomplete. He did not want to throw the interception there. And now it is 4th down.
I don't think this lead is insurmountable by any means, Mike, but they're going to have to find a way to take advantage of some of these possessions as they try to close this game out.
They're going for it. Here's Williams. And that is caught. On 4th and goal. They've got it. Luther Burton. Touchdown, Chicago. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
Santos for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bears will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Panthers 27.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Horn now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. first down is Young. That into the hands of Hubbard. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
At the 32-yard line.
From the gun, it's Young. That's into the hands of McMillan on the slant. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. 18 yards on the connection. It's good for a Panther first down.
Carolina.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. It'll hold them to a gain of 2.
Made by Kevin Byard. A 2-yard gain brings up second down at the 46-yard line.
From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6. Here's Young. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Jalen Johnson had the good coverage and is able to knock that one away.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
From the gun here on third down, it's Young. A throw left side, taken in by Thielen. Give him 14 on that one. It's a Carolina first down.
First down, Panthers.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's first and goal.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the fourth quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's first and goal.
After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. The ball still at the 8-yard line for second down and goal. Look at play action with Young. The pressure gets there, and down he goes.
What once looked like a promising drive has suddenly hit a little bit of a roadblock here, Mike. They're in scoring position, yes, but now on third and goal following that second down sack, this defense has a shot to come away, only giving up 3.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. On the run to the right.
And that's a pretty good effort here on third and long. He had nowhere to go down the field. The defense is playing real soft. He pulls it down and did all he could, but he's still going to end up being short of the first down.
Here we go. The noise is deafening. It's fourth and goal. They'll go. Young. And he will score. Game on. Bryce Young. Touchdown, Panthers. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Big moment coming up for the Panthers as they will go for two.
The Panthers will line up for the 2-point
To throw is Young. And that is incomplete. 2-point conversion attempt winds up being unsuccessful.
All right, so ultimately, it's a successful play. That's a win for the defense. But that was very close, Mike, to being a 4-point swing. So instead of the offense securing 2 points on that try, if he's able to secure that interception and take it the other way, he would have gotten 2 points for the defense.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Duvernay on the return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Williams going to keep it on the zone read. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
A gain of 4 brings up second down. At the
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll come up here on second down and 5. Here's carry number 1 for Roschon Johnson. And we'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. A minute 57 to go in the game.
No gain on the play.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline, nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
Here's a third down and 4. They'll drop to throw. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball, and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
The Bears sending out their punt team.
For the Bears.
Getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Panthers offense headed back to take over once more. This is 1st and 10. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
They'll come up now for second down. Out of the shotgun, Young. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical third down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got third and fourth down. There's no punt, there's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive.
Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. Now a timeout for Carolina. That's going to be their second. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. The motion man is Sanders. Young to throw on first down. Get this complete. It's Thielen over the middle. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
It's a gain of 10.
Give him 10 more on
And
that
the
one.
Panthers
Just
first
enough
down.
for another first down. To throw is Young. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
Brings up second.
All right,
and
so this
10.
is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder. There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but it still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
What about this crowd getting even louder before 3rd and 10? Throwing is Young. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
On the coverage.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Picked off by Jonathan Owens. And the Bears are right back in this one.
And with time not on their side, they're trying to push the ball, generate some sort of chunk play by throwing the ball over the top of the defense. It's going to end up being a little bit too predictable. The defense is able to take the ball away, and barring something crazy happening, puts them in a prime position to close this one out.
The Bears offense ready to take over once more. And this one really all over but the shouting. One timeout left defensively, but there's no need to use it here. Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So this one in the win column for the Bears. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from along the lakefront at Soldier Field in Chicago.